is Muhammad Yusof from the MLT student. Today I want to explain in detail about iron deficiency anemia. Many people don't know about iron deficiency anemia, so we're making this video. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Muhammad Yusof bin Basri. Today we want to present about the iron deficiency anemia. Here we have 5 respondents here: Nurul Alina Shuhada, Siti Zulaiha, Nasrin, Amila, and Nurul Jannah. Okay, guys. Today I will explain detail about the iron deficiency anemia. What is iron deficiency anemia? Iron deficiency anemia is a condition in which an individual is deficient in the iron in the body, which will causes a decrease in the number of red blood cell. Iron will be used to produce red blood cell, which will help store and carry oxygen into the blood. Okay, here we can see about the causes. We have 3 causes. First, blood loss, and then pregnancy, and then the last one is a lack of iron in diet. Okay, for blood loss, I will explain in detail. Blood loss is blood contain iron in red blood cell. In individual lose a lot of blood, the individual will lose a little iron. Women who will have a weight problem are at risk of iron deficiency anemia due to blood loss during menstruation. Blood loss that will be able to slow down and chronic in the body. For pregnancy, without iron supplement, iron deficiency anemia will occur in pregnant women because the iron store need to increase their blood volume and also be a source of hemoglobin for the growing fetus. For a lack of iron in diet, iron deficiency in diet, the body will often get iron from the food eaten. If you consume too little iron, your body will eventually lack of iron. Okay, example for food is include meat, egg, and vegetable. Here we can see sign and symptom iron deficiency anemia. We have 5 symptoms here: headache, fatigue, paleness, chest pain, cool hand and feet. Okay, we have a light red diagnosis. We can see here 3 lab diagnosis is first ultrasound, and number 2 endoscopy. The last one is hematocrit. For the ultrasound is women may also have a pelvic ultrasound to find the causes of excessive menstrual bleeding such as uterine fibroid. Okay, number 2 is endoscopy. Endoscopy will be performed to check for bleeding from a hiatal hernia, ulcer or stomach with the help of endoscopy. In this procedure, a light tube equipped with a video camera is inserted to the throat to the abdomen. This will allow to see the tube flowing from the mouth to esophagus and stomach to find the source of the bleeding. Number 3 is hematocrit. Hematocrit is the percentage of total blood produced by red blood cell. Normal level are generally between 5.5 until 44.9% for adult women and 38.3 to 48.6% for adult men. Okay, we can see about the prevention. First, need to eat balanced diet and include iron-rich food to help prevent iron deficiency anemia. And then need to take iron supplement will also be able to lower at the risk for the condition if you cannot get enough iron from the food. A large amount from iron can be harmful, so take iron supplement only as directed. Okay, here we can see about the ID slide under 40. Actually, for ID slide for under microscope, we can find about 4 times, 10 times, and 40 times, and 100 times. For here, I can find about the 40 times. Okay, the last one is treatment. For the treatment is take iron tablet and empty stomach, and then no need to take iron with antacid. For the last one is do not take iron tablet with vitamin C. Okay, here we can see 5 respondents here. Another question, we have question for my 5 respondents.
Yes.
Can Nasrin.
How to prevent anemia from a human being?
Okay, for your question is how to prevent anemia from a human being. Okay, yeah. For the question, actually you need to eat plenty of iron-rich food such as tofu, green and leaf vegetable, lead, and meal, lentils, beans, and iron, folate, krill, and bread. And then you can eat and drinks vitamin C rich food and drinks. And then you need to avoid drink tea or coffee with your meal, as they can affect iron absorption. And then you need to get enough vitamin C, B12 and folic acid in your diet. This is for Nasrin question. Another question for my respondents.
Hello, Ucok.
Yes, okay, Jannah.
Okay, I got question for you.
Okay, what question?
Is will pregnant woman get IDA? Explain it why.
Okay, your question is, will pregnant women get IDA? Okay, whenever for your question, whenever iron deficiency anemia means like IDA will arise during pregnancy, depend to factor the woman iron store at the time of conception and the amount of iron absorption during gestation. This is answer for Jannah question. Okay, for my respondents, another my respondents.
So
Hi Mila, okay.
okay,
What
I
question?
have one question. What is the
Okay.
cause of fatigue, which is one of the symptoms appearing in the patient?
Okay, for your question is, what is the causes of fatigue, which is one of the symptom appearing in the patient? Okay, for the question, mostly of the time is fatigue can be traced to one or more of your habit or routine, particularly lack of exercise. Is also commonly related to depression or occasion. Fatigue is a symptom of whether underlying condition that required to medical treatment. This is for your question for my respondents Mila. Okay, we have another question.
Yes, I have
Okay,
question.
okay, Nurul Alina Shawada. Okay.
How do we identify IDA patient by looking at the characteristic of the red blood cell under microscope? Maybe
Okay,
the
for
shape,
your
size.
Okay, for your question is, how do identify a patient by looking at the characteristic of red blood cell under microscope? Okay, actually we can see and the slide. Actually, we can see we have a lot of cell, maybe such as target cell, maybe and then Burr cell, Rolex, and elliptocyte, and the last one is spirocyte. We can see about IDA under microscope. Okay. For the last, my respondent is Kak Juju. Okay. For last respondents, okay.
Sorry. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
What can happen if IDA is left untreated?
Okay, for your question is, what can happen if iron deficiency anemia is left untreated? Okay, if left untreated, iron deficiency anemia can cause a serious healthy problem. Having too little oxygen in the body can damage for organ. With anemia, the heart must work hard to make up to the lack of red blood cell or hemoglobin. This is extra work can be harm to the heart for your question. This is last question from my respondents, right? Okay, this is okay. Another question for my respondents?
No.
Okay, okay. This is all my present about the IDA or means like iron deficiency anemia. And then thank you so much for my respondents here, Nurul Jannah, Nasrin, Siti Zulaiha, Amila Nafila, and Nurul. Good morning, Alaina Shuhada. My name is Muhammad Yusuf bin Basri from the MLT student. Today we want to present about the IDA means like iron deficiency anemia. Now we have 5 respondents here, Danish, Sean, Anep, Adib, and Is. Okay guys, today I will explain about the little bit of iron deficiency anemia. Okay, what is iron deficiency anemia? Iron deficiency anemia is a condition in which is individual is deficient in iron in the body, which will causes a decrease in the number of red blood cell. Iron will be used to produce red blood cell, which will help to store and carry oxygen into the blood. Okay, here we have causes. We have three causes. Number one is blood loss. Number two is pregnancy, and number three is a lack of iron in diet. Okay, I will explain in detail about the blood loss. Blood loss is blood contain iron in red blood cell. If individual lost a lot of blood, individual will lose a little iron. Women who will have weight problem are at risk of iron deficiency anemia due to blood loss during menstruation. Blood loss that will be able to slow down and chronic in the body. Okay, for number two is a pregnancy. Without iron supplement, iron deficiency anemia will occur in pregnant women because the iron store need to increase their blood volume and also be source of hemoglobin for the growing fetus. For number three is a lack iron in diet. Iron deficiency in diet, the body will often get iron from the food eaten. If you consume too little iron, your body will eventually lack of iron. Example for the food is include meat, egg, and vegetable. Here we have a sign and symptom of IDA. For number one is headache, number two is fatigue, number three is paleness, and number four is chest pain, and the last one cool hand and feet. Okay, here we have the lab diagnosis for the iron deficiency anemia. Okay. Okay, we have three lab diagnoses from iron deficiency anemia. First, ultrasound. Number two, endoscopy, and number three is hematocrit. For the ultrasound, women may also have a pelvic ultrasound to find the causes of excessive menstrual bleeding. Number two, endoscopy. Endoscopy will be bleeding from little anemia, or some have of endoscopy. It either like you a video can be inserted into the throat to the abdomen. This will allow to see the flowing from the mouth to esophagus and stomach find the bleeding. Last one is hematocrit. Hematocrit is the percentage of total blood produced red blood cell normal level until 3.5 until 34% for adult women and 38.3 until 46% for adult men. Okay, for this one, for prevention, we have two little bit about the prevention is iron deficiency anemia. Number one is need to balance diet and include iron-rich food to help prevent iron deficiency anemia. And number two, need to take iron supplement will also be able to lower the risk for the condition if you cannot get enough iron from blood. A large amount of iron can be harmful, so take iron supplement only as directed. Okay, for the IDA slide, we can see about the more about the IDA slide. First under four, and then number two under 10, and number three under 40. The last one under 100. For IDA slide here, we can find is under 40. Okay, the last one about the treatment. First take iron tablet and empty stomach, and number two, no need to take iron with antacid. The last one treatment is do not take iron tablet with vitamin C. Okay, for here we have 5 respondents here. Actually, you guys, we have question, right? We have question.
Um, mm, wait, I have one question.
Okay, for Danish, yeah, what your question?
Does anemia cause a hair loss?
Okay, for your question is does anemia? Yes, yes. For your question is does anemia causes hair loss? Okay, for your answer for your question, I will explain about detail. First, iron contribute to the production of hemoglobin in your body. Hemoglobin deliver nutrient and oxygen to your hair cell, which is vital for the grow. The process interfered due to lack of iron, which also means low hemoglobin level leading to loss of hair. Means like can about the anemia. That's okay for
Okay, thank you, Yusuf.
okay for that for another question.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Okay, for another question.
Why women are often attacked by anemia?
Okay, for Adit question is why women are often attacked by anemia. when women lost blood in heavy menstrual period, they may become anemic. Pregnancy also causes change in women blood volume that can result in anemia. Chronic disease such as kidney disease can affect the body ability to make red blood cell. A diet in low float means like we can take the float or vitamin B12 also increase your risk. Okay, this for Adit question. Adit answer. For another question.
Okay,
Okay.
my name is Muhammad Hanif.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask you about, may I know that what foods that contains high iron?
Okay. What your question?
What
Which
foods that contains high iron? Yeah.
which fruit are high on iron? Macam this like means like.
Yeah.
Okay. For
Yeah.
your question means okay, for the question prunes, juice, olive and mulberries are three types of fruit with the highest iron concentration per portion. This fruit also contain antioxidant and variety of other nutrient beneficial to health. This is for which fruit? We have three types. And first, prune juice. Number two is olive, and number three mulberries. Okay. For another question.
Thank you.
For another question.
Yusuf,
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What are the risk? Hello.
Hello.
What are
Hello.
the risk factor
Uh,
of iron deficiency anemia?
Okay, for the risk factor of iron deficiency anemia is we have a lot of risk factor of iron deficiency anemia is number one is intestinal disorder, number two is menstruation, and number three is pregnancy, number four is chronic condition, and also family history, and the last one is age. Okay, this is all about the factor of iron deficiency anemia. Okay, we have another question for my last respondents, Izani. Okay,
Thank you, Yusuf.
okay, welcome. Okay, hello. Sorry, sorry, you can loudly.
Tak dengar do is
what happen if your iron is too low?
Okay, for your question is what happen if your iron is too low? Okay, without enough iron, your body cannot produce enough of sustain in red blood cell that enable them to carry oxygen, means like hemoglobin. As a result, iron deficiency anemia may be linked to tired and short or brief. For this question is only for you, for your question. Okay. We have another question? We have another question?
I think that's all, Yusuf.
Okay,
From
this
me.
is okay. This is all about iron deficiency anemia. Okay, guys. I will thank you so much for my respondents here. Danish, Sean, Aneb, Adib, and Is. This is from me, Mama Yusuf, about IDA. This is for all my respondents. I hope you enjoy with my video. Please like and share with your friend, and thank you.